The reason why your life is still not changing might be because you simply have too many goals. When I was working on achieving my splits, I realized this truth. And the truth is that we cannot achieve more than one goal at a time. When I was trying to achieve my splits, I was also working on running, going to the gym to maintain muscles, training my back flexibility to do the bridges, the back bends, working on the front split, on the middle split, on the standing split as well. And as a result, I had achieved none of those goals. And only when I prioritized only splits, only stretching for the middle split as the only one focus area, that's when I achieved it. And I know so many people who do the same, who train in all the different types of trainings, including yoga as well, and Pilates and cardio and even more. And as well they stretch consistently, and still they don't get their splits. And they are same as me, without any background in sports, just stretching as an adult. And yet, when you have too many things to do, the goal that you have just doesn't have enough of your attention. And that's what I realized, and it's been life-changing, because we can do anything we want, but we cannot do everything. And there is also a very simple example in business. You might want to grow yourself, your presence online, and you try to build a podcast, build a brand, do short videos, long videos. I've been doing same way also. I've been doing the offline events and trying to be good at every one of those directions, and I found myself feeling extremely burnt out, tired, and not even seeing much of the outcome, because I was so split, so dissolved. And that's why you might feel like you've tried everything but nothing worked, but in actuality you just tried everything instead of focusing your precious attention on something one, and then this one focus will blossom, will thrive. That's the secret, and I wish I learned it earlier. And yet I want to share it, because I know so many people who feel stuck and who feel like nothing is working, but in actuality something is working. It's just you haven't given it enough of your attention. Your attention is the most valuable resource that we have, and only once you finally stop being dissolved between all those directions, all those things you think are important, only once you get rid of those distractions, even though they might seem very important, and your attention becomes focused like a laser, then it starts to grow, improve. And my middle split is my evidence to remember this. My business is my evidence to remember this as well, because until I stopped dissolving my attention between all the possible things, and I started focusing my attention currently only on my own offline events, workshops, and videos here, just to give the knowledge to people more internationally, to people globally who can't perhaps visit Dubai and attend our classes. That is when this became my focus area, just speaking, giving, plus mastering events. That's when I started feeling so fulfilled, and that's when I started meeting such brilliant people coming to my events. I started feeling more and more in love with what I do, simply because I've been doing it more and more, and I started mastering speaking, explaining some concepts in a more simple way. You got it. When you focus on something fully, you start to evolve yourself, your skill, and it's a very simple concept, and we all know it, yet we tend to forget. And my intention is to remind you, do not forget how valuable your attention is. Once you remember that, only when you stop dissolving between all the different things and focus it on one, that's when you grow. I've also had a colleague, someone who works in the same industry as I do, who've been trying to do all the possible platforms online. Means she would post on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, and etc. It's not the end. Every single day herself, she did have a team, she did try to be everywhere at once, and as a result neither of her platforms would grow, simply because it's an illusion that we have to do everything at once. It's a fear of missing out, it's a fear of limitation, of scarcity, when in fact, once you sincerely choose one or two platforms and you pour into them, they will blossom for you. And it is so beautifully profound. That's when I shared this advice with my colleague. Once she applied it, now she's doing great at TikTok. She's chosen that platform, she enjoys it. For me, I avoid this short form video platform simply because I care about people. I do not want my students to be addicted to those type of content, because I know how it affects our dopamine level. I know how it affects our ability to enjoy life in simple things. Dopamine is simply your ability to be present, to feel excited about simple things in life without needing the external stimulation. That's why I personally avoid short form content. Yet some of my colleagues don't, and they do love creating it, love watching it themselves. God bless them. I support everyone. It's just that once my colleague stopped dissolving her attention between trying to make long videos, short videos, posts, tweets, and etc., and focused only on her short form content, she started mastering it, and she started getting more and more people supporting her and loving her. Isn't that simple? Yet we tend to forget. So my message today is: stop dissolving your attention and choose where you want to prioritize. What area do you want to prioritize? Where do you want to send your precious resource, your focus, your energy? Today, starting today. And once you realize that your goal you're looking for is not there yet because you have too many smaller goals which are taking away your attention every day, that's when your life might start to shift. And I encourage you to create a list. What are those things which you are dissolving your attention and energy on?